back at the tasting bench again. And today, we get to try Excalibur. One of my faves. Love Excalibur. Not New Zealand Sauv Blanc. This is Adelaide Hills Sauv Blanc. And that's why we actually, one of the reasons why we started making Adelaide Hills Sauv Blanc was to try and open the conversation up in Australia about Sauvignon Blanc. Because over here, there's this lovely little loophole where all the New Zealand producers can claim back the wet rebate. So the first $1.8 million worth of wine that the New Zealanders sell in Australia, they actually get to claim back the 29% wet rebate that supports small producers. Now, if you're smart and the exchange rate is 20 cents on the dollar and you get 29% back from the government, you can make 49% gross profit at cost of production. And that's why there's so much New Zealand Sauv Blanc in the Australian marketplace, is because they can sell it at cost and make money below our cost. So I've just blown that wide open on the internet. There you go. So, but the thing is, that's just one of the, that's a talking point. The main thing is Sauvignon Blanc is a wonderful grape variety, and it has different expressions that come from its position. You know, the home of Sauvignon Blanc, to me, is the Loire Valley in France. You know, over there, when you drink Pouilly-Fuissé, Pouilly-Fumé, Sancerre, it's acidic, it's cool climate, lots of river pebble around, lots of that flinty, you know, slaty minerality to it. We don't have that in Australia. Our soils are 450 million years old, so you don't get that. What we do is we actually emulate that by picking our fruit at different ripeness scales. You know, I always talk about getting flavor ripeness and talk about that. With this, it's a little bit different. We pick different parcels so that it actually is not fully ripe. And it sort of mimics that chalky minerality because it hasn't evolved the fruit flavors yet. And it's all about acid rails and line and length. That's what Sauvignon Blanc needs to be. If you look at where it comes from in the Loire, they eat mussels, they eat oysters, they eat triple cream cheese, they eat blue cheese, they do coq au vin. It's not there to complement the food, it's there to clean the palate so that you can go back in again and taste all this amazing rich food and then clean it off again. That's the purpose of Sauvignon Blanc. And that's why I love Adelaide Hills Sauv Blanc, because as a Canadian, I do like oysters. We have good oysters in Canada. And when I got here and tried the stuff that we get from the three areas across from Adelaide, Smoky, Streaky, and Coffin Bay, man, you can't get better quality oysters. So I am in heaven during oyster season. You don't have to be different. You don't have to break the mold. Sauvignon Blanc and oysters are the duck's nuts to me. That is just the way to go. But for me, it's trying to emulate and show what we get from its sense of position and growth. And to me, it's not that real heavy tropical load that you get out of New Zealand. And it's not the grassy, pea-poddy California style. And it's not the minerality, slaty bit that you get out of France. For me, this is Adelaide Hills. It's got a bit of that sort of citrus blossom on the nose. You can get some guava, or I always refer to it a little bit of pineapple skin characteristics for us. But for me, it's picking it at the optimum flavor ripeness, a little bit at about 9 Beaumet, which it hasn't actually started to evolve a lot of flavor, it's just texture. And then we leave a little bit to hang for 24 hours, 48 hours. And even that latent time where the acids start to drop out is where you get more of that tropical load. Wow, that is just an explosive nose.
Yeah, it is.
You know, to me, I don't know if anyone has ever tried juicy fruit gum, but that's what it smells like to me. It's that juicy fruit. You know, it's mandarins and peaches and grapefruit skin and pineapple skin. And then in your mouth, it all runs down that rapier length. Excalibur. Just that long rapier length of acid. And that's where we come up with that name. It's all about the acidity. This wine is built off of that. different expression of what it is. Very regional, but a glass that I just want to keep drinking.